this motherfucking bag. Stand out the way, I mean. Sacrificing time for this shit, man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago, they ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool, I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace, I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend, we should try again. You been on my mind, you should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl, you know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Henny Demore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? Hope all is well. And shit, man, we done made that work week. We done got through the day. Ain't no more co-workers worrying the shit out of us. Boss ain't got nothing for us to do. Time to kick back, relax, and get drunk out that Dallas Cowboys content with your boy Henny, man. And hey, we got a lot to talk about today, man. We got a game coming up Sunday afternoon at 12, early kickoff, Dallas Cowboys versus the Panthers. We got some injury news. We got some folks that are no longer going to be playing this season. And we got some folks on the return to coming back, man. So we got a lot to discuss in the liquor store today, man. But y'all know the usual rules and regulations. When you tap in with your independent content creators, the first thing I need y'all to do, man, is hit that like button. The more likes that we get on the video, the more that it helps with the algorithm, the more that YouTube gonna push it out to the masses, and the more that it's gonna help us grow. So if you really rock with your boy Henny, you want to see the content do well, you want to see the liquor store prosper and flourish, all you gotta do is hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. After you hit that like button, turn right back around and hit that share if you care, man. Because the more that you share the content, the more eyeballs to get on it, the more folks are like, damn, this boy over there cooking. I like what they doing. And that's how we get more subs over here, man. So you hit the like for the algorithm, and you hit the the share button to help out with the subs, man. And most importantly, I need y'all to slap the shit out of an Eagles fan right now, man. Because listen, they've been talking crazy all year. They riding high. And they went out there and got their ass beat to sleep by the New York Giants yesterday, man. Got their ass beat to sleep. So, hey, the way I look at it, man, the division is wide open. They barely beat us when we played them in Philly. We got another game against them in Dallas. They still got 2 games against the Commanders. Everybody looks mortal right now. Even like the Green Bay Packers, who's supposed to be like the boogeyman or some shit. They supposed to be like the big bad wolf, the boogeyman, the monsters of the NFC. We hung 40 on the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't a single team out there, that concerns me. I'm not worried about nobody, really. Just fuck the NFC East. Like, the entire NFC is wide open right now. Wide open like some of these nigga mama legs, dog. So, Jerry Jones, if you out there, man, don't be sitting on your hands. Don't be out here being conservative. Don't be out here trying to hoard no picks. You know what I'm saying? This is good. This is a year that anybody could really go out there and win it, man. And the Dallas Cowboys, in my humble opinion, is not too far off. You make a couple moves on defense, you get another offensive player in, maybe get another running back, linebacker, edge. Make a couple moves, man. You might be in contention for real. Because this offense is already gangster. But one thing that we do got to account for right now, dog, we are down a running back. We're down a running back. Now, I won't hold you. I have not been the biggest supporter or believer, in Miles Sanders or nothing of the sorts. I'm not a Miles Sanders believer. But he's out for the season, man. Miles Sanders is out. And, really what they said is going on with his knee, is his knee and his ankle. But the injury that is going to keep him sidelined is the same kind of injury that Trayvon Diggs had. He's going to need a chondro tissue graft for his knee. So pretty much what they're going to do, they're going to take cartilage from one part of his body, shape it up, and then they're going to put it in his knee. So that's what they're going to do for Miles Sanders. Of course, he's going to miss the remainder of the season. Honestly, I don't know at his age. I don't know if Miles Sanders is going to come back. Because he already was declining. I don't know really what Miles Sanders' career is going to look like after this, man. So if this is it for Miles, man, it was a great run, dog. He did some great things in the NFL. He had a real good season with the Philadelphia Eagles when they first went to a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts and them the first time around. So I have nothing but respect for Miles, man. And for the job that we were asking him to do, he was doing all right. Was there anything to really write home about? Was he like a certified, game changer as a running back too for us? Not really. But, he was doing more than what we saw Jadon Blue do. So, Jadon, I've been openly critical of Jadon Blue. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't like the kid coming out of Texas. But now it's time to put up or shut up for Jadon Blue. You know what I'm saying? Like, we going to know one way or the other, what Jadon Blue is, with the opportunities he's finna get going forward. Either A, he proves everybody wrong and he shuts me the fuck up. And he go out there and he balls. He making splash plays. He's making plays in the passing game. He holding up in pass pro. He's not fumbling the ball. He's being productive with the carry that he's given, right? That's a possibility. The other possibility is we was right about the boy and he's just an okay running back. You know what I'm saying? He's just an okay, average running back. Might even be below average. Listen, there really ain't no in between. Either we're right about Jadon Blue or we're wrong about Jadon Blue. Right? That's pretty much what it is right now. He's gonna get opportunities to touch the football, and we're gonna see what he does with them. Now, if he goes out there and he's making splash plays, he's being productive, he's doing everything that we asked him to do, I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? I will spin the block, say I was wrong, say that I was overly critical of him, and I'll give him his flowers. If he go out there and he balls and performs up to the standard that we have, and he shuts us up, I will say that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no ego when it comes to analyzing and just talking about football. You know what I'm saying? You get them right, you get them wrong. And believe me, it is in the best interest of the team for Jadon Blue to come into the bitch and hoop. So I don't want nothing but the best for Jadon Blue. I'll keep it 1,000. I want him to be successful. But we live in reality. Like, the reality of it is, like, he may not be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just may not be, the kind of back that we want or need in this situation. And either way, we're going to find out very soon, man. Because I expect an increased workload against the Panthers. I expect an increased workload against the Commanders. And we'll find out. Because listen, if Jadon Blue isn't it, I want the Dallas Cowboys to figure that shit out well before the trade deadline. Because if Jadon Blue is not the player that we want him to be, and remember, I want him to be successful. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be successful. But if he ain't it, and we give him opportunities, and he's failing, we need to be willing to pull the trigger to bring in another running back. It could be it could be an Alvin Kamara. It could be like a Nick Chubb. It could be anybody, honestly. Like, you just need another back, because right now we're putting the workhorse moniker on Javonte Williams, and he's holding up right now. But Javonte Williams is somebody that has an extensive injury history. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's playing great football, and I love what Javonte Williams is doing. But you got to wonder, if you keep putting that kind of wear and tear on his body, is he going to hold up? And those are honest-to-God questions that you got to ask yourself. Like, if I keep giving him this kind of workload, is he going to make it throughout the entirety of an entire NFL season? We still got another 12 games to go. And even beyond that, if we think we're going to be a playoff team, and we think we might be able to compete and contend, well, shit, that's another, 3-4 games? Another 3-4 games on top of what we think he going to have to play in the regular season? So it'll be a good idea to get the boys some real deal insurance, like some insurance for us. You never really think about insurance until you need it. Like, when you ride around in your car and you're careful and everything going according to plan, you know what I'm saying? You don't really think about motherfucking me insurance. You think it's a ripoff. You don't really care about insurance until you get rear-ended or somebody run the red light and they total your shit out. You know what I'm saying? That's when you really think about insurance, and that's when you really need it. When everything is going according to plan, you don't need insurance. When shit hits the fan, that's when you actually need insurance. That's what the shit is there for. Salute to my boy Haynes to the left too, man. Teflon, I can't tell. Cowboys out this bitch, you know, we ain't lost a game in 3 weeks. Dallas Cowboys ain't lost a game in 3 weeks. We had a tie, we had a win, and we finna go out there and beat the shit out the Carolina Panthers. So I don't know. The Dallas Cowboys ain't the one that got their ass whooped by a rookie quarterback on national television. Without their best wide receiver, without their third wide receiver, with a makeshift offensive line. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They ain't happened to us. They ain't what the fuck happened to us, my boy. But yeah, man, salute to everybody in the building, man. We got 92 people in the liquor store right now, thugging with us, getting drunk off this Dallas Cowboys content. Go ahead, hit that like button. Go ahead, hit that share button. Go ahead and slap the fuck out of an Eagles fan, because you know they deserve it. And if you really want to help keep the lights on in the liquor store, because it's a little rough over this motherfucker, y'all can hit the Cash App, man. Y'all can hit the Cash App. I pinned it in the chat box. It's $ Henny the more. Yeah, dog. Anything y'all seeing will be greatly appreciated. For liquor store light fund. Boom. And it's in there. But yeah, man. But really, you need insurance for the running back position, man. And I'm not saying just to solely focus on the running back room. Because I wouldn't mind getting some more defensive players too. I wouldn't mind getting another edge. I wouldn't mind getting another linebacker. I wouldn't mind getting another safety. I don't mind, getting another defensive player. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Miss Pam for the Cash App. Thank you for the love and the support. Thank you for helping keep the lights on in the liquor store. And if y'all want to be like Miss Pam and help support your boy, hit that Cash App. $ Henny the Mo. It's right there if you need it. Matter of fact, it's really at the bottom of the screen, too. It's right underneath me at the bottom of the screen, too, if y'all need to use it or y'all need to see it. But I appreciate y'all in advance, man. Yeah, I can see them bringing up Malik Davis as well. Because this is the thing. I understand them wanting to look at the running back room. And with Miles Sanders being gone, you get an opportunity to do that. But what I am saying is this. Once you give them their touches and you don't like what you see, this is not no shit that you need to take the rest of the season trying to evaluate. If you give them touches and they don't do nothing with them, you need to be on the phone trying to call in another running back. You need to be picking somebody up at free agency, or you need to be trading for somebody. So I don't mind if they give Malik Davis an opportunity. I don't mind if they give Phil Maffa an opportunity. And I don't know if we can wait for Phil Maffa. He's not even back from IR yet. I don't know when we'll see Phil Maffa. You know what I'm saying? And I like Phil. But I also can't wait for you. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't healthy and able to contribute, I can't have you in my plans going forward when I'm talking about winning football games. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about winning football games, like I can't sit back and talk about, somebody that may or may not be available for me. So until they say yay or nay about his injury, I'm not even going to count Phil Maffa. But, Phil Maffa, if healthy, he actually fits the mold of what. And listen, shout out to Lou Tex, man. My brother Lou be putting in all kinds of work, man. Like, Lou was on record. He did a whole thread on X. I don't like calling it X. It's Twitter to me still. But he did a whole thread. And he showed the history of the kind of running backs that Brian Schottenheimer employed and used. From college, back with the Jets. He did great work. And the common theme is all the motherfuckers were really power backs. Phil Maffa, at his size and his weight, fits the mold of what Brian Schottenheimer likes more than Jadon Blue does, honestly. And he did all the legwork. So go on Twitter, look at Lou Tech's page. He got a thread there that details every running back, their height, their weight, and their run style and shit. You know what I'm saying? He did great work. My boy Kobe with the 199 said bring up Maffa. But this the thing. Phil Maffa is not on the practice squad. That's what people be forgetting. Phil Maffa is on IR. Phil Maffa is hurt. I think that what people forget. Like Phil Maffa is hurt. Like Phil Maffa started the season on IR, not on the practice squad. So they're gonna have to open up his 21-day window first, get him healthy, and then you can see what Phil Maffa got for you. But Phil Maffa is injured. So, that's why I was saying, like, you can't really count on Phil Maffa right now. Because I don't know the extent of how hurt Phil Maffa is. You know what I'm saying? And the trade deadline is going to be under a month. The trade deadline is on November the 4th. So the Dallas Cowboys is going to have to figure this shit out, like, right now. You know what I'm saying? They got to figure that shit out right now with the quickness. They cannot, wait. What's up with your roster X? Thank you for tapping in. Yeah, like he was on IR with a designation to be able to return. But there's the same thing with John Domingo. John Domingo could have been back, but he's not ready. They opened up his 21-day window and they're waiting to see. So like Phil Maffa might be back. He's not on season-ending IR, but we don't actually know how long that Phil Maffa's going to be gone. And no, BB is going to be back eventually. BB is going to be back in the middle of the year. My boy Brandon said, I ain't got to say names. I got names for you. Caleb Downs is somebody I will be targeting in this year's draft because he's that kind of game changer at the safety position. Depending on how it falls, I might be able to get Ugalele from Oregon. Their marquee pass rusher. Miami got a very good pass rusher. Ruben, I forget the nigga last names, but he been making noise this year. There's some guys I would target, And listen, let's say the Dallas Cowboys do something stupid. Like something stupid would be not, extending George Pickens with how well he's playing. But if they don't extend George Pickens, I could also see them getting a wide receiver like Jordan Tyson. Because Jordan Tyson is probably like the guy that's head and shoulders over everybody in this draft. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't fucking with George Pickens right now. I don't know if he ever fucked with George Pickens. But if they did something stupid like let George Pickens walk, and we'll still be in need for another wide receiver, I would go, okay, Ruben Bain is his last name. Okay. But really, I got a bunch of guys I'm looking at because really this is like a really good defensive class. There's some great defensive tackles in this draft class. There's some edges. There's a couple safeties, a couple corners. I'm not really as thrilled in regard to the offensive skill players this draft as I was like last year. Last year, I was really high on Emeka Ibuka. That was my guy. I said it was wide receiver number 1, and he's showing and proving that right now in the NFL. One of the top producers in the National Football League right now as a pure rookie. I was fucking with Ted. There were some guys. Oh, Horton. Like I also had like Torrey Horton. He ended up going to Seattle. He's been playing good football over there. But I don't see these wide receivers being the same, man. Like this is like outside of like the top 1 or 2 guys. This is a weaker wide receiver draft class. Malachi Fields, I think he alright. I don't think he's a game changer like that. But I've been wrong before. But yeah, that's my just initial thoughts. Of course, as we get closer to the draft, I'll do some film work. We'll put it out there on the members only page. Y'all make sure to get memberships. We're gonna be ramping that shit up very soon. Dropping some more content over there. I'm gonna go look. I'll go do some more film work on them. I promise you I will. I promise you I'll go look at some more film on them. But yeah, man. But in regards to like our current situation, what's up with you, Darren? Okay. What's up with you, Darren? Thanks for tapping in and showing love, man. So remember, I hinted at somebody being close to coming back. I might have already accidentally showed the slide. But our boy, DeMarvion Overshown, is nearing his return to practice, and the team expects to open his window later this month. Could be a week from now, maybe 2 weeks. But before the month of October is over with, they are going to open his practice window, and he has a very good opportunity to get back on the field, dog. So the Dallas Cowboys, in the next couple of weeks, should be getting much needed reinforcements on the defensive side of the ball. Now remember, DeMarvion Overshown last year was probably one of your best players. Even, I'm not saying he was the best, but he was one of your best players last year. Oh yeah, we talked about that when the show first came on, Book. But yeah, man, he was one of your better players, and you'll be getting him back. And just in case folks forgot the kind of production, that DeMarvion Overshown had last year, I'm just read off his stats and metrics from the 2024 season. You know what I'm saying? Because he did great for us. DeMarvion Overshown last year, 56 solo tackles, 5 sacks, a forced fumble, and an interception. Overall, he had 90 tackles in only 13 games. 90 tackles, 56 solo, 5 sacks, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and an interception, and a return touchdown. He also had 4 passes defended and 5 run stuffs. So what I'm trying to say is DeMarvion Overshown is a fucking problem. And you will get him back sooner rather than later. And that is a big, big, big help for the Dallas Cowboys, man. And listen, C. Burleson, I agree with you. But we also know who we're dealing with. Because my brother said, what's good, hen dog? Blue don't need to be running back 2, bro. We need legit back behind J-Dub. But we know the Dallas Cowboy front office. What is Stephen Jones known for saying? If you draft them, you have to play them. They drafted Jadon Blue in the 5th round. They are going to give him at least a game or 2. So what we're going to need to happen is and listen, if he hoops and he balls, it's a moot point. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I'm not a hater. If he balls out, he goes crazy, or some shit out the ordinary, cool. But what we need to happen to get another running back in here is for them to see Blue not do shit with his opportunities, and then they might be pushed to do it because Phil Maffa is still on IR right now. We don't know when he'll be available to play. You know what I mean? So that's really the road to getting another running back into Dallas. Cause let's keep it 1,000. If you invest in something, you're gonna usually want to see if it works. You know what I'm saying? If you bought your kids, 4 new pairs of shoes, and only one of them got worn and tore up, and then they ask you for some more shoes, you gonna turn around and say, boy, you better wear these other motherfuckers I bought you. And that's how the Dallas Cowboy front office operates. You know what I'm saying? Like, they already brought in running backs, and they want to see what the running backs can do. I don't agree with the shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with it because you barely invested anything with the running backs you brought in. Because Phil Maffa, who I like, was only a 7th round pick. Jadon Blue was only a 5th round pick. So it's not like you moved mountains to get these guys into your running back room. But we know these people. They want to see their investment fail before they make a move. I'm not saying that they should, but I'm just saying that's how they be moving, man. We know the Joneses. We know the Joneses. Like, real talk. But I am happy about the prospect of getting DeMarvion Overshown back. I think he will completely change the way that we can play defense as another blitzer, for this team, as another pass rusher, as another piece on the linebacking room that can play Will, Sam, might even be able to play Mike for you, depending on where you think he's at with his processing and understanding offensive sets and different shit like that. So you get back another versatile chess piece that you can move around. He can cover, he can run, he can hit. So when he gets back, shit can get scary for a lot of opposing teams, man. And listen, I'm not even saying that the Marvin Overshawn going to be 1,000%. You know, cause it's hard to believe that he tore all these ligaments, an ACL, a PCL, and an MCL. It's hard to believe that he tore all that he's going to be 1,000%. But he damn sure will be better than what the fuck you got. And that's all that matters. Boy, I seen a damn post. He said Eagles in shambles. I seen a post. A motherfucker said Jalen Hurts, the only run quarterback in the National Football League. And this is real pause-worthy what this nigga said. He said he's the only quarterback in the National Football League whose ass cheeks is more valuable than his arm. You know, he talk about the tush push, and they be funneling his ass to get him over the goal line and shit. Oh, nah, he'll be back. Like, not only is the Marvin Overshawn going to be back, he'll be back probably like the beginning of November. So, like, he'll be back in a month, more than likely. Now, getting another linebacker, I ain't tripping about that. We should go out and get another linebacker just off the strength of Jack Sanborn not being shit. Like, you should go and get a linebacker just off the strength of Jack Sanborn not being worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? And there's definitely some linebackers in this draft. You know that you can target and bring in. There's some linebackers you can trade for. So I'm not opposed to bringing in linebacker. But shout out to my boy Numbhead Neal in the building, man. He said, "What's up, Henny? I only smacked up 14 Eagles fans because the Giants already smacked them up last night. They've had enough." You know the ass whooping bad when my boy Numbhead Neal is showing them niggas mercy. Numbhead Neal usually slap up the entire Philadelphia metropolitan area. He usually slap up the entire area before coming into the show. He said he only slapped up 14 of these niggas, man. That's how you know he feel bad for them. But salute to Numbhead Neal in the building, man. So let's talk a little bit Cowboys versus Panthers, man, because we do got a game. Because we do got to sweep around our own front door before we worry about everybody else's shit. Because if we go out and lose to the Carolina Panthers, the Philadelphia Eagles getting upset means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So the Dallas Cowboys have to handle business. They got to go out here and perform, play up to their caliber and their standard, and beat a team that you should beat. You know what I'm saying? If you just go by position and everything else, you got the better quarterback. Your running back has performed better. Even without CD Lamb, you know, you got the better wide receiver one. You got the better tight end. Like, you don't have the better defense. You know, at least by production, you do not have the better defense. But you win in enough of these categories where you should feel comfortable in your ability to go in here and win this game against a team that does not have a real home field advantage and has some weaknesses. You know what I mean? I'm not ever going to show an opponent. I respect all opponents. They are a capable team. They have the same amount of wins as we do. You know what I'm saying? They won 2 games. We won 2 games. We are not at the level to snub our nose and talk down on the Carolina Panthers. We got to take every single game and every single opponent, you know, as a life and death situation. Because they're capable of beating us. You know what I'm saying? But we just look at the raw numbers. Points per game, we average 30.2. They average 20.4. So we got the advantage there. Rushing yards per game, we run for 134.4. They run for 128. Passing yards per game, we throw for 272 a game. They throw for under 200. They 187. Defense is where they have the advantage across the board. Because like I said going into this, really, we're the 32nd ranked defense. So everybody actually has a better defense than us, which is crazy. But everybody has a better defense than us. So Carolina Panthers, 23.8 points per game. That's all they're giving up. I would kill if the Dallas Cowboys defense was only giving up 23 points. If the Dallas Cowboys defense was only giving up 23.8 points a game, we would be, we'd be like 4-1 or some shit. If they were out here making plays like that and holding guys, to respectable scores, we might be undefeated. Rushing yards per game allowed. They're still allowing over 100, but we're allowing 127. So we're allowing, about 20 yards per game more than they do on the ground. Passing yards per game allowed. He said, ain't that rushing average kind of misleading because they had a 200-yard game? Kind of, sort of. A little bit. Especially, because there's only been 5 games played. A big performance early or a bad performance early skews your numbers both ways. Just like that point per game stuff is sort of skewed. Like they had a game where they didn't allow any points. They didn't allow any points to the Atlanta Falcons. So when there's only 5 games played and you're able to hold a team to a fucking goose egg, that shit looks real good when you average the numbers out. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's the law of averages. When you only have 5 games and one of them was a shutout, your overall defensive numbers do look a lot better. Right? Just like with us, though. We've had so many bad outings of giving up 40-plus points. We done gave up 40 points twice. We gave up 31 points. When you give up almost 100 points in 3 games, it doesn't really matter that you only gave up 24 or 22, whatever the hell we gave up against the Jets this time around. Like, you're gonna have to have a lot more consistent outings of slowing teams down before that starts to reflect in your overall team averages. You know what I mean? So you're right, it is slightly skewed. But everybody's numbers are slightly skewed because there's only been 5 games played. And then total yardage. 311 for them. They give up 311 yards. Listen, Dak is hooping. If we are averaging 412 yards allowed as a defense, and we still are not 0-5. Like, of a normal team that didn't have a quarterback like Dak Prescott or an offense like this, was averaging 412 points allowed. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have won a goddamn game. Like, that just tells you how good Dak Prescott has been up to this point. Really how good this entire offense has been. Because I got to give love to Javonte Williams as well. I got to give love to Jordan Pickens as well. Because, Dak ain't out there by himself. I know we give a lot of the blame and a lot of the, kudos to him at the same time. But the entire offense, in general, has been doing great things. So imagine what we would be, without this offense playing the way they've been playing. Because when you just look at the raw numbers, that shit is crazy, dog. That shit is crazy. Yeah, we've scored 151 points and we've allowed 154 points. So yeah, it's rough, dog, when you just take a look at that to really put that into perspective what Dak and them has been doing. Speaking of that, and listen, he already said himself, you should never celebrate being third place. Because he's close to passing Troy Aikman, for second most passing yards in franchise history. He only needs 150 yards, so he'll probably do that against the Carolina Panthers Sunday afternoon. So he'll probably pass Troy. He only needs 1,391 yards to pass Tony Romo for the most in franchise history. So he's finna get more yardage than Tony. He's finna have more passing yards than Troy. But Dak locked in, man. He only gives a damn, about winning championships. And I love that, man. I love that he ain't self-serving. I love that he got his priorities together. I love that he speaks about all the team shit first. And yeah, brother, Coach G, Miles Sanders is going to be out for the remainder of the season. He has the same kind of injury as Trayvon Diggs. He's going to have to get his cartilage replaced in his knee. It's going to be a chondral tissue graft, as they call it. They're going to take cartilage from one part of his body and put it into his knee. It's going to be a long road to recovery. So, I don't think he ever takes a snap for the Dallas Cowboys again. I don't think he ever plays for the Dallas Cowboys again at all. So, like I was telling everybody before now, for anybody that's now coming in, the Dallas Cowboys plan 9 times out of 10 is going to be, they're going to run they're going to run Jadon Blue out there. They're going to see what he got. If Phil Maffa ain't healthy and they're not happy with what Jadon Blue is doing, then they might go and get another running back. But I can't help but think, you know what I'm saying? Because I know these motherfuckers. If you draft them, you got to play them. That's what Stephen Jones always says. So I have no doubts in my mind they're going to try. They're going to try to sell us on Blue. They're going to try to see what he got. But they need to get that shit wrapped up immediately. I am not waiting all season for this shit to be resolved. The trade deadline is on November the 4th. If you want to take a look, see at the running backs you got, do it right now. But by November the 4th, you need to have somebody else in this motherfucker if you don't like what you see. Yeah, real shit, roster eggs. It's a hard injury to come back from, bro. Oh, shit. Listen, if y'all need a ligament, y'all tap in with my boy Landlow from Alabama. If you need a knee, he's who you need to see. And if you enter my code 870 Henny, you can get buy one get one half off at Ligaments or Us on my boy website on the dark web. So tap in with my boy Landlord, man, over there at Ligaments or Us. Listen, if y'all don't ever watch the shows, y'all wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't miss shows, because y'all going to miss all the running jokes. Y'all going to miss all the running jokes. Y'all going to miss all the lingo, man. This makes perfect sense to everybody that watch the show. If you're a little lost, watch more of the shows, man. That's all I got to say. Oh, shit. But, yeah, man. We know these folks. So they'll probably run Blue out there for a week or two. And if Phil Maffa is not available to come up and they don't like what Blue looking like, then they'll probably, make a move and bring somebody else in. I wish it wasn't like that. We're still going to apply pressure to them. We still going to ask them and to do the right thing. We're still going to hold them accountable. We're still going to be loud about he said, "Hen, what the hell you got going on over there, my boy? You got slow jam playing." Hey, man. Hey, my partner sends me beats, and this like one that just stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one that got a sample, but I never got copyrighted on this motherfucker for. So, like, this is just a safe one to stay in rotation. Because I ain't trying to play, like, the regular ass motherfucking me music that Restream got for me. Because, listen, it's either this or you got to hear some techno babble bullshit. Like, it go from that to this bullshit. Listen. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't get jiggy with that shit. I can get jiggy with the Joe sample. You know what I'm saying? I got more. It's just like, these motherfuckers copyright the shit out the other ones, though. So that's why I really stopped playing the other music in the liquor store. Because them hoes all got copyright strikes. Hold on. Let me get my stuff pulled up. It said Blue. Yeah, but hey, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all make sure y'all hit that share. Y'all make sure y'all hit those cash apps, man. It's $ Henny the more, or you can hit the super chat, man. You know, we trying to keep the lights on in the liquor store because we've been running extension cords, and I think the motherfuckers catching on to us. Because that shit be flickering, going out. You know, we had a blackout on this motherfucker, you know, for about an hour straight. So y'all want to help keep the lights shining bright like that in the liquor store, man. Y'all make sure to hit the cash apps or the super chats, man. And even if it's just like 25 cents, you know, that's a nice start on a purchase of Fugazios. But yeah, man, what's up with your Los Altos? What's up with your Numbhead Neil, Head Huncho, JVB Boy, Paxton? Salute to everybody in the building with us today, man. Salute to y'all good people. But let's see. I think I had some more talking points in here somewhere. Oh no, my brother said, what's your overall opinion on the roster as a whole? We got a good roster on paper. The issue is a lot of these folks have not been playing up to the standard that we thought. Like before last week, you know, Dante Fowler was a no-call, no-show. You know, like I really thought that Dante Fowler, coming off of a 10.5 sack season, was going to go crazy with the Dallas Cowboys. You know, so like I thought highly of Dante Fowler. So I'm surprised that, you know, he hasn't done, you know, much of anything this year. What's up with you, Jordan? Thank you for tapping in. Early Bud in the building. What's up with you? Salute to everybody in the building, man. But yeah, like I think we got some good talent. The issue is they have not played like good talent up to this point. Like before last week, your pass rushers were underwhelming, right? They had 5 sacks the entire season, and then they had 5 sacks against the Jets. So maybe it's a turning point, right? That they're getting on the right track. But on paper, you got 2 former All-Pros. You got Trayvon Diggs, the All-Pro corner. You got Deron Bland, another All-Pro corner. You know, when the Morgan Overshown come back, he's a good linebacker. I think Maurice Leofau played decent for you last year as well. You invested a lot in your defensive line. You got multiple former second-round picks. You went and got Dante Fowler. Of course, your offense is dope. Like, you got an all-pro quarterback, a well-constructed offensive line. Offensive line has depth as well. Wide receiving room, immaculate depth. You know, with CeeDee, and listen, you've been without CeeDee Lamb going on a month damn near. Like, CeeDee Lamb has been gone just about a month. Right? So, you have, like, good talent on this team. You just got to be better on the defense side of the ball. And a lot of that shit is going to be schematics and playing the right personnel. You know, like Wanye needs to keep playing. You know what I'm saying? You need to mitigate Donovan Wilson to the box safety position. He don't need to be trying to run around and cover too much. You know, you need to play better athletes. Like, you're gonna have better. You know, you're gonna have better athletes on the field at linebacker. You know, moving K9 to the mic, and then, you know, having Morris and Shamar James and them boys out there being able to run around and hit folks. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know, it's been very underwhelming what they've done, but this isn't a team that should be this bad defensively. There are teams right now with worse personnel that are playing better, and they're playing better because they trust their scheme. They blitz more. You know, they take more chances. You know, they're not playing these different vanilla coverages. They're mixing up their coverage rates a lot better. We were so skewed playing over 90% zone. So, as a whole, I don't think that we're overall a bad football team. But at the same token, they haven't played up to the standard. You have better talent than what you've shown, right? So that's where I'm at with it. And they do. And to your point about the Carolina Panthers. To your point about the Carolina, he said every team play. They are. Like, every team is playing better. You know, that's what happens when you're the 32nd ranked defense. When you're the 32nd ranked defense, everybody is better than you by default. Like you're dead last. So of course everybody and their mama is outperforming you right now. You know what I mean? So it sucks, but it's true. But yeah, like if I'm not mistaken, our boy Ted, he leads all. No, he's second in receiving yards among all rookie wide receivers. He's doing pretty good. Hasn't scored a touchdown yet, but you know he's doing pretty good. You know they got some decent offensive talent. One area we might be able to take advantage of though is their defensive line. Because last time I checked, Bryce Young was one of the quarterbacks that faced the highest amount of pressures in the National Football League. I think he was top 10. So, you know, I think you can get after Bryce Young. And if you get after Bryce Young, I think you can force him to make some mistakes, make some errant throws. And with the kind of offense that we got and our ability to score points and maintain drives, if we forced any kind of turnovers, if we win the turnover battle, if we get 1 or 2 extra possessions, we should win this game in blowout fashion. Now, if it got to be nip tuck, you know, we're going to be the ones that are going to have to not make the costly mistake. But it's also going to be dependent on which version of our defense show up. It's going to be very dependent on which version of our defense shows up for this matchup. Because if the defense that was out there the first couple weeks shows up, it might be a long ass day. Even if we win, you know, it might be a long ass day. It might be a game where Dak got to drop 40 if our defense don't show up. If this is a game similar to the Jets game, we might be able to put this thing away early like we did with the Jets. Because even though they came back late and put some points up, that game was never really ever in doubt. Like the moment that we jumped up 20 points, knowing how our offense plays and, you know, seeing how that defense had played us to that point, I knew we would be able to hold on and win. You know what I'm saying? So, and yes, I agree. We need to stop the run. I think, you know, if we get a better outing from our defensive tackles this time around, we should be a little bit better off. You know, there were also some miscommunications, you know, up front with the linebackers when it came to who was supposed to go where on run fits. So we get that cleaned up, I think we'll have a better showing, because we have, for the most part, you know, played decent run defense. It doesn't feel like it, but we played better run defense than time past. Cause I believe we made way more negative plays in the run game than we did last year. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't remember us having the amount of negative plays in the run game. Cause all it takes is one. If you get a negative play against the run on first down, now it's 2nd and long and it's possibly 3rd and long, and you got opposing offenses right where you want them to be. Right? Because on 2nd and long, 3rd and long, you can put James Houston on the field, and you can have people pin their ears back and, you know, get after the quarterback. Right? You make these offenses a little bit more predictable in what they need to do to pick up said yardage. So if you win on first down, you create a negative play, you get after it, then you should be able to protect your run defense by not giving them more opportunities to run the ball. But if they run the ball on first down and they get like 4-5 yards, any and everything is in play that next 2nd down. They might run the ball 2 more times after that. So really the key to stopping the run is to stop the run early. When you make a splash play in the run game, you get a tackle for no gain, you get a tackle for loss, you put them behind the sticks. Teams are less likely, you know, to run the ball the following 2 sequences, because you need a certain amount of yards to make 3rd down manageable. Once you get to 2nd and long, a lot of teams won't run the ball at that point. They might throw a screen, you know, they might do a quick pass, take a check down. But a lot of teams don't run the ball on 2nd and long for some reason. So if you create negative plays early, you should be able, you know, to have a domino effect of not having to worry about the run as the game progresses. Yeah, facts. I'm hoping that Dak Prescott is over there in one of his dad hats, eating sunflower seeds and chilling. He done threw 4 touchdowns through the first 3 quarters, and we can get the fuck out of there, get out there healthy. Yo, shout out to this is my boy Roster X. Salute to my boy Roster X for the liquor store light fund with the Cash App, man. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for showing out for your boy, man. I just now seen it, so I appreciate you for rocking with your boy, man. And listen, if y'all want to be like the brother Roster X, if y'all want to be like Miss Pam and help keep the lights on inside the liquor store, all you got to do is hit that Cash App, man. $ Henny the Mo. And I appreciate y'all for everything y'all do. You don't understand how much this really helps me keep creating content, coming on here, taking time to do it. So I do appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do and seeing, man. And I'll be frank, the more that y'all seeing, the more that y'all see me. If you ain't seen me as much as you normally seen me, I've been working. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thousand with y'all. If I don't go live in the evening, I'm picking up some hours to try to make shit happen. So the more that y'all seeing, the more I can be on here with y'all, because I love this shit. Never get it twisted. I love making the content. I love doing it. But grown men got to do grown man shit, and you got to make shit shake too. So I do appreciate y'all for allowing me to be able to make this content, man. So thank y'all in advance. Shout out to Montana in the building too, man. Listen, we might have to draft the Ohio State guy this time around, man. That line, I went back and looked at that linebacker again, man. That boy hard as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you. That boy hard as a bitch. So yeah, like he definitely on my draft board. I think the Dallas Cowboys need defense. If we extend George Pickens, I want us to damn near draft everything defense in the draft. Linebacker, pass rusher, every damn thing. But Montana, like I love that. I love y'all linebacker, man. I went and looked at Cuz. And shout out to the brother Numbhead Neil with the $4.99 for your mind with the super chat, man. Let me get my boy comment pulled up here real quick, man. My guy said, Jalen Hurts. Extra pause. He said, Jalen Hurts' ass is sore today with all them hands pushing all over it. Straight up molested all game last night. Listen, Jalen Hurts fuck around and be, I really will talk about Orville Reese, but like Styles hard as a motherfucker too. I like Styles as well, but I really will talk about Reese. But yeah, man, like 4 straight tush pushes. Like Jalen Hurts should be on an episode on Law and Order SVU, Special Victims Unit. Jalen Hurts need to be on Law and Order SVU the way they funnel his. Yeah, that shit wild, man. And that's when I be talking about it like this. Like Paxton said, I wanted Scatterboo at a Cowboy. Scatterboo somebody I missed on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't see it. I knew he was a tough runner, but I had a whole bunch of questions about his athleticism. You know what I'm saying? I had a whole bunch of questions about his athleticism. But the motherfucker tough. He run between the tackles. He run through arm tackles. He got an nose for the end zone. He don't dodge no smoke, no contact. He a high energy guy. He proved me wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's why, I be very open with people. I got some hits and I got some misses. Because I did not look at Cam Scatterbo like that. I was impressed by what he did at Arizona State. But, I thought that he was one of those guys that would be good in college and his game wouldn't translate real well. And up to this point, 5 games in, I've been wrong as hell. You know what I mean? But that's just me. I am never ashamed to tell y'all, yeah, I fucked up. When I get it right, I like to toot my own horn a little bit. But when I get it wrong, I will also come up here like, yeah, I did not see that shit coming. But for everybody that liked Cam Scatterboo, when I didn't, kudos to y'all, man. Kudos to y'all. Because I did not look at Cuz like that. that Dallas dude said Jalen had that humiliation game last night. Funneled the hell out of him. God damn. Oh, we. Talking crazy. Yeah, Skippity is better. He better than I thought he was too, man. You ain't alone. But yeah, that's one of those humiliation rituals that Jalen Hurts go through. You know, that's how he was able to win that Super Bowl, man. He went through the humiliation ritual for the Illuminati. And he does his humiliation ritual every game, so he got real good credit. He got great credit with their ass. I got to stop playing, though. I got to stop playing before they come find me. And yeah, y'all can't really see that. That shit little as a motherfucker. This shit's smaller than some Eagles fans' IQs. But what I will do is I will read it off for you so that y'all know what the hell this says. This is just the Dallas Cowboys injury report. Tyler Booker is out. CeeDee Lamb is out. Jack Sanborn did not clear concussion protocol. He is out. So Kenneth Murray is going to move to the Mike linebacker. Surprisingly, I did not know this, but shout out to Stargazer. She tagged me in some stuff on Twitter. Apparently, Kenneth Murray has always been the green dot. Kenneth Murray has been the green dot the entire time. So nothing changes. Kenneth Murray is just changing position, but Kenneth Murray has been the guy making the defensive calls and audibles, which is weird because that's normally what the middle linebacker does. No Terp. We know that Miles Sanders is not going to play. He's on season-ending IR. Everybody else that is questionable is probably going to play. Mingo had a slight setback. He's not going to go. But yeah, Bland should be good. Diggs should be good. No idea if Kalen Carson is active, but we will have another roster spot since Miles Sanders is not going to go. So yeah, so that's pretty much what it is right now. You also should be getting back to your starting offensive lineman. Maffa is on IR. Maffa is also on IR, and they have not opened up his 21-day practice window yet. So if anybody is wondering where Phil Maffa is, he is still on IR. No, Terp actually says he expects to play in the Commanders game. He has a foot sprain, but he expects to play in the Commanders game. Matter of fact, I would not be surprised if CeeDee Lamb didn't try to give it a go in the Commanders game. I expect for Terp and CeeDee Lamb to be active and available for the Commanders game. They're just a hunch of mine. But CeeDee Lamb technically has missed 4 weeks already. Because he got hurt the very first snap of offense, really, in the Bears game. Right? And he was out there. They held him out of that game. You know, they MRI'd him, put him in the boot. And it's been 3 weeks since then. Because he already missed the Green Bay game. He's missed the Jets game. And he's going to miss the Panthers game. There is a good possibility that CeeDee Lamb is available for you this Commanders game. And it makes sense because if he wasn't going to be available for this game, you would have went ahead and put him on IR and just, had another open roster spot. But you probably felt like this was around the time that you could get CeeDee Lamb back. So that's probably why you didn't put him on IR. So I expect Terp and CeeDee Lamb to be back by this next game. But you got Tyler Guyton back this game. You're going to have Tyler Smith back this game. So your offensive line should be healthier than what it was. So we'll see what happens. I'm very interested to see, how this shit plays out for my Dallas Cowboys. I feel confident and comfortable in this matchup. I don't really have too much trepidation. I had a lot of trepidation before the Bears game because I felt like, we were coming off of that high of that victory. But I don't see them having the same kind of offensive mind. I don't see them having the same kind of quarterback. I think we should be able to go out there and win this game. I'm not saying that anything is a given or that anything is easy, but if the same version of this defense that we saw from last week shows up, we should be all right. But I will talk a little bit more in detail, about them, before we play them, because I think it's only right that you respect all your opponents. But man, it's been an hour. This has been some fantastic content. I appreciate everybody for coming in and rocking with your boy, showing love to the platform. On the way out, I'm going to need y'all to hit that like. I'm going to need y'all to hit that sub button. We are doing everything in our power to get to 4,000 subs right now, man. We are under 300 people away, dog. We're under 300 people away. And it would mean the world to me, if we got the 400 subs, 4,000 subs before the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's October. By the time New Year gets here, man, it would mean the world to your boy Henny if we got to that 4,000 sub mark, man. So tell a friend, tell a coworker, tell anybody. You ain't gotta like these motherfuckers, but tell any and everybody to come over here and sub to the channel. If they like football talk, if they love the Dallas Cowboys, if they like analytics, they like general shit like that, tell them to come on over here, man. And indeed, hit the cash up on the super chat on the way out as well. Because, we are not too proud to beg. We've been over this bitch eating fugazios and water. Once you pour the water on the fugazios and make its own gravy, you don't even need milk. That's how we struggling. So, so on the way out, hit those cash apps and super chats as well. So tell a friend to sub, hit that like, hit that share, hit that cash app, hit that super chat. And in the words of my brother West Coast Cowboy, never look down, because the style